great Oriental rabbis of yesteryear. Now we're on Yud Nisan, that's the 10th of Nisan, marks the Hilul of a great Tunisian rabbi. His name was Rabbi Moshe HaCohen Dariham. Zecher Tzadik Libracha. He was actually born in English in 1906 and passed away in 1966. He was nearly 60 years of age at the time passed away. Naturally, it was on the 10th of Nisan when he passed away. Now, he was a great Dayan, a judge. He was a posek, a rabbi that would render Jewish law decisions. He would become a chief rabbi in the Jewish square of Digit, that specific area in himself. Khara, Sagira, these were, and also I believe in the island of G'raba in Tunisia, which also we've spoken about on many, many occasions, this place, which had many of the great rabbis. He was part of a galaxy of the great rabbis of G'raba of his generation, and was a member of the Jewish court over there and later on will become a member of the Jewish court, I believe in Tiberias, and with author of various different Torah colossal works. Now let's explore a few of the highlights of such a great rabbi's life. Now he was born in G'raba, the island of G'raba in Tunisia, arguably, let's just say, the center place for Torah study in Tunisia in that specific area of time. Now, he came from great rabbinic heritage. His father's name was Rabbi Moshe HaCohen Dariham, and his mother's name was Rabbanit Miriam. They were great people. And very much, I think they went to various different areas in Tunisia, places that we've spoken about on various occasions before, including, let's just say, I think his father actually happened to be Rav Shimon, happened to be a rabbi in Sfax and Vanguard, if I'm not mistaken. Very interesting. Now, while he was young, he would actually learn under the auspices of another great rabbi we've spoken about before, Rab Makhluf Idan. Let's just say he was also one of the great rabbis of the square of Dijit, respectively, and those areas in Tunisia. Also, he would learn under auspices of Rav Yosef Buchritz, who happened to, he himself was the head of Jewish court in Zerizis, which is the more southern part of Tunisia at a later stage. Now, when he was 13 years of age, he would travel to Sfax, that area himself, and he would learn over there, I think, various, as well as learning Torah studies over there in Sfax. He would also go on to learn a trade, and very interesting. But I think at a later stage after that, Rabbi Dan would actually travel there and bring him back to G'raba in order, let's just say, to continue progress his Torah studies and to relax him within regards to financial status, because they saw what a great talent he happened to be. And much more can be related about that specific young trip. I think his father was very well traveled in his rabbinic job, especially doing various different Torah works in himself, and would actually encourage him to become a shochet in Sfax. And I think in his youth, while he was also working and learning within regards to that, he would actually live in the house and stay under Rabbi Eliyahu HaKohen, and would report over later on marry his daughter. This reported over. He would serve along with various other rabbis inside the court of G'raba, including Rab Makhluf Idan, very great rabbi over there. And I believe after Rab Chacham Idan would pass away, I think it was reported over, that was in year 1946, if I'm not mistaken, he was appointed to serve in his place as a chief rabbi of Harat, very respectfully in G'raba, very great, prominent position. He would also be a judge over there, and he would also educate Dayanut in the community. And he would put about, let's say, various different customs within let's just say, new different minhagim and customs within regards to especially weddings in G'raba, respectively. And would actually train, I believe, reports over many students, Talmidim, to become rabbis over there. Now, I think eventually, an exciting journey he'll embark in 1957, where he'll actually move to the land of Israel, to Tiberias, from the four holy cities of Israel. Remember, at that point in time, in 1950s, there was a huge wave of aliyah from northern African countries over there. And over there will be appointed in Tiberias, I believe, maybe it was a year after he arrived or something like that, to actually serve in the Jewish court there of the great rabbis of that city, in that specific area in of itself, along with Rabbi Raphael Kook, who was another great rabbi of that specific time of Tiberias, and also Rabbi Meir Vaknin, another rabbi who we spoke about recently. I believe it was his Hilula quite recently, if I'm not mistaken. And very much he would be part, there was different work within regards to the congregation himself, found the Ichud Olei Tunisia G'raba. This is an organization, and he would help in forming the synagogue, I think, which was the first one for the Tunisians in that city in of itself. great big Knesset, I think, which was suited to their minhagim and their nusach, respectively. Now, it's actually interesting. Much can be related over with regards to the great rabbi. He had various different rulings. I think more on the lenient side when it came, for example, within regards to, let's say, different topics in of itself, especially within regards to conversion. It's reported over his Pesakim was. But I would recommend everyone to look into that specific stuff, important topic in of itself. Now, he would see actually the establishment of Medinat Israel extremely positively. He looked at it as a beginning of the redemption, and he would institute, obviously, going along those lines, to sing Hallel on Yom Ha'atzmaut and to do a lavish feast also on Yom Ha'atzmaut in Israel Independence Day, respectfully. Now, I believe he suffered from paralysis towards the end of his life and passed away and was buried in Tiberias. He was about 60 years of age when he passed away. Tiberias was one of the 4 holy cities in Israel. Now, it's actually interesting. I think there was a synagogue after he passed away that was formed, and it was called Ohel Moshe under his name, I believe. That was reported over. Now, there was many great books and writings he actually left after he passed away. And I think many of the manuscripts of the rabbis of G'raba were found actually in his vaults, respectively. And after he passed away, many of them were printed and published. Let's explore some of his writings, included the Darash Moshe, which is Chidush on the Tanakh, the Torah, the Ketuvim, and Ketuvim, various drashot, printed in here, Hey Tafshin Lamed. Then the Ohel Moshe, the Shut, Shelot Shuvot, question and answers on the teachings of the Shulchan Aruch. Then the Beshiv Moshe, which is also a Shut, Shelot Shuvot, question and answers on the 4 sections of the Shulchan Aruch, respectively. I think it was printed through Rabbi Raphael Kadir Tzavan, another great rabbi. Then Yeged Moshe was a perush on the Haggadah of Pesach, the Passover, on the 15th of Nisan. Naturally, we would recite it. Yadei Moshe, which is Chidushim on the Shas, the Talmud Babli, respectively. Yadei Moshe, which is Perush on the Chumash of Bereshit, Genesis, that was printed in G'raba in Hey Tafshin Gimel. Then Ohel Tzadikim, which is various different stories on the righteous people, and very interesting. And I think there was more writings in manuscript, respectively. And I think some of them actually happen to be in manuscript nowadays, and much more. I think more books were printed in G'raba by his Rabbi Machluf Idan, which I recommend everyone to look about. I think that was actually assisted through Rabbi Chaim Huri, if I'm not mistaken. So friends, we're a community here. We're learning about the great rabbis of yesteryear. He was buried in Tiberias. He was 59 years of age when he passed away. If anyone's interested in watching any of these videos, share these videos to other people, respectively. If you happen to be related to any of the great Chachamim we're speaking about, send me a comment. I'd love to hear more. And if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, please subscribe to the channel now. So wishing you all a Shabbat Shalom. Take care and be well, everyone. And wishing you blessings and just good things. Wish you